Throughout history, some mysteries have refused to disappear. No matter how deeply we search, the truth remains hidden in darkness. Vanished ships, lost colonies, secret codes, strange deaths. Some clues survived for centuries, others disappeared forever, and in certain cases, the mystery only became deeper with every investigation. Tonight, we enter a world where facts become questions, and every answer seems to reveal an even greater mystery. From forgotten islands to frozen mountains, these are some of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. And perhaps, somewhere among the forgotten clues, the truth is still waiting for someone to find it. Welcome to Lost Lament, where forgotten history, dark mysteries, and unanswered questions are brought back into the light. If you are fascinated by the unknown, join us on this journey and subscribe for more mysteries hidden within history. Our first mystery begins with a book that has defeated historians, cryptographers, and brilliant minds for generations. Its pages are filled with an unknown writing system, strange plants, mysterious diagrams, and images unlike anything ever discovered. This is the Voynich Manuscript, one of the most mysterious books ever created. The manuscript appears to have been created during the early 15th century, yet its meaning remains unknown. For centuries, no one has conclusively identified its language, decoded its writing, or explained exactly why it was made. Some believe it contains lost scientific knowledge. Others believe it is an elaborate code, a secret language, or perhaps a brilliant hoax. But if it is a hoax, why does its writing appear so complex, repeating patterns that seem almost like a real language? The illustrations create even more questions. Many of the plants cannot be confidently identified anywhere in the natural world. Was the book written by a forgotten genius, a secret society, or someone whose knowledge vanished completely from history? Every attempted solution creates another problem. Every possible answer seems to lead investigators deeper into the maze. And after hundreds of years, the Voynich Manuscript continues to guard its secrets. But some mysteries are not hidden inside books. Some are found in the coldest and most dangerous places on Earth. In 1959, deep in Russia's Ural Mountains, a group of experienced hikers disappeared into a night of terror. What searchers discovered would become one of history's most disturbing mysteries: the Dyatlov Pass Incident.
When rescuers finally reached the campsite, they discovered something deeply disturbing. The hiker's tent had been abandoned in the freezing wilderness.
But the strangest detail was the tent itself. It appeared to have been cut open from the inside. Why would experienced hikers suddenly escape into the deadly cold, leaving behind much of their clothing and equipment? Searchers followed footprints leading away from the camp, disappearing into the darkness below. Eventually, the bodies of the hikers were discovered across the frozen landscape. Some were found near a forest. Others were discovered much later, buried beneath deep snow. Their deaths raised terrifying questions, and some of the reported injuries seemed difficult to explain. Was it a powerful natural event? A sudden avalanche? Or did something unexpected force them from their shelter? Over the years, theories have ranged from military activity to strange lights and unknown forces in the mountains. Modern investigations have offered possible natural explanations, yet the events of that night remain deeply debated. What exactly happened at Dyatlov Pass may never be known, because the mountain kept its most important witness silent. And while one mystery unfolded in the frozen mountains, another disappeared beneath the endless waves of the Atlantic Ocean.
For generations, ships and aircraft have vanished in a region known around the world as the Bermuda Triangle.
The region became famous for stories of unexplained disappearances, strange weather, and vessels seemingly swallowed without warning.
One of its most famous mysteries began in 1945, when 5 military aircraft vanished during a training mission.
The pilots became increasingly confused, reporting navigation problems as the weather and darkness closed around them.
Then, the aircraft disappeared. A rescue plane sent to search for them also vanished.
No single explanation has satisfied everyone, and the story became part of one of the world's greatest modern legends. Some blame unpredictable storms, human error, and dangerous currents. Others believe something far more mysterious is involved. But the Bermuda Triangle is only one chapter in the long history of things that have vanished without explanation. Our next mystery takes us back hundreds of years, to an entire community that simply seemed to disappear. In the late 16th century, English settlers established a small colony on Roanoke Island. But when help finally returned, the settlement was deserted, leaving behind a mystery that still haunts history. When Governor John White returned to Roanoke in 1590, he expected to find the settlers waiting for him. Instead, the colony was silent. Homes were empty, supplies were gone, and not a single settler remained. There were no clear signs of a battle, no confirmed graves, and almost no evidence explaining what had happened. But one clue remained. A mysterious word had been carved into a wooden post. The word was Croa-To-A-N, the name connected to a nearby island and an indigenous community in the region. Did the settlers move there peacefully? Were they absorbed into another community? Or did something else happen? For centuries, historians have searched for evidence, uncovering clues, but never finding a final answer. The Lost Colony of Roanoke remains a haunting reminder that sometimes entire chapters of history can simply vanish. But Roanoke was not the only place where human beings disappeared, leaving behind more questions than answers.
Our next mystery takes us to the vast deserts of northern Africa, where an ancient army is said to have vanished. According to the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, a Persian army marched into the desert more than 2,000 years ago.
The army was reportedly sent by the Persian king Cambyses II toward the distant Siwa oasis.
Then, according to the ancient account, a massive sandstorm rose across the desert. The storm became so powerful that the entire army was supposedly buried beneath the shifting sands. Thousands of men, weapons, animals, and supplies were said to have vanished without a trace.
For centuries, explorers searched the Sahara, hoping to discover evidence of the legendary Lost Army.
Occasional discoveries have sparked excitement, but none has conclusively revealed the fate of the entire force.
Perhaps the story was exaggerated. Perhaps the army took another route. Or perhaps the desert truly swallowed it.
Whatever happened, the sands have kept their secret for more than 2,000 years.
And sometimes, the greatest mysteries are not about places that vanished, but people who left behind impossible questions. In the 19th century, one mysterious criminal terrified London while remaining almost completely unknown. His name became legendary: Jack the Ripper. More than a century later, the true identity behind that name remains one of history's most famous unanswered questions. In 1888, a series of brutal murders shocked the Whitechapel district of London and terrified an entire city. The killer was never officially identified, and the mystery soon became one of the most infamous criminal cases in history. Investigators examined witnesses, letters, and countless suspects, yet the person responsible remained hidden in the shadows. Over the years, dozens of names have been suggested, from doctors and artists to ordinary residents of London. But theories are not proof, and despite generations of investigation, no answer has ended the debate. Jack the Ripper became more than an unsolved crime. The name became a symbol of history's darkest unanswered questions.
Yet not every mystery comes from crime. Some challenge our understanding of ancient civilizations themselves. On Easter Island, hundreds of enormous stone figures stand silently across one of the most remote islands on Earth.
These giant statues, known as Moai, were created by the Rapa Nui people centuries ago.
But one question has fascinated the world for generations. How were these enormous statues moved across the island?
Some statues weigh many tons, and transporting them without modern machinery required extraordinary skill and organization. Experiments have shown that some statues could possibly have been made to move in a walking motion. But many details of their transportation, placement, and the full story behind their creation still inspire debate. The Moai remind us that even when we know who built something, understanding exactly how can still be a mystery.
And perhaps the greatest mysteries are the ones that leave us wondering whether the answer was hidden in plain sight.
The Voynich Manuscript still waits to be understood. Dyatlov Pass still echoes with unanswered questions. Roanoke remains lost, while ancient deserts continue to guard secrets beneath their endless sands.
And somewhere between history, legend, and evidence, the truth may still be waiting to emerge.
Perhaps one day, new evidence will solve these mysteries and transform centuries of speculation into certainty. Or perhaps some mysteries will remain forever, reminding us that history does not always give us every answer. That uncertainty is what makes these stories so powerful. The unknown continues to pull us deeper into the past.
Until the next mystery, remember, sometimes the greatest secrets are the ones history never reveals.